Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Gratitude Art Journaling with Luba Carlson. Um, I think I have a couple left that I will be doing as a recording. And then starting August 17, I will be live 4 p.m. Central Time. If you can join me, I would love to see you on here. And if you cannot join me, replay will still be available on demand here on my YouTube channel. Now, if you're new to me and you like what you're seeing, give me a like, of course, please. And don't forget to subscribe so you do not miss out on any goodness that's happening here. So today, I have pulled a few things that I would like to use, and I don't know if I'll use all of them, and maybe I'll go and grab something else. But this is where I am so far. I have my gratitude prompt cards. Um, I should probably open them and just kind of do this. I'm pretty sure you've seen them. Okay, so I have my prompt cards right here. I have my journal. I've prepared my oil pastels. I don't know if I'm going to use them, but I might. I am going to be using matte medium today for my glue, for my adhesive. I have a very old magazine. I think it's Vogue. I think it says 1964 or something like that. So I want to use something from here if I can find something that I like. And I also pulled out a few pages from a book, and I don't know if I would want to use them. I really like this one though. I don't know if I'm going to use them today. Some of them are weird, but it's a matter of taking, like pieces out of it, not the whole thing. And some of them are pretty cool. I mean, this is super cool. That's a super cool image, but they are super glossy. They are super glossy, so I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. But I really like that they're like thicker paper. It's a good quality paper here, not so thin as magazine paper. I pulled an old coloring book with like different designs in it. So I might be, oh, it has a giraffe in it. I should pull that out for me. So I might use some of this. I don't know just yet. I really like these. So let's see where we at. So this and that, what did okay, I didn't show you my Faber-Castell gelatos. They're just pastels. They are very much like oil pastels. They're super soft. I don't know if they're oil pastels, but I do know that I cannot paint on top of them usually. Okay, my stream is lagging. All right, let's see. Let's try this again. Faber-Castell. You know how I am about not having to edit after I shoot. I don't like editing because I talk a lot, right? And so editing makes cutting out things that were said. I don't like that. Okay, so let's pay attention to what we have. Um, if you would like to know more about gratitude art journaling, I'll be talking about it more on August 17. Also, if you go to my website, lubacarlson.com, click on shop, and then go to free resources, you will find gratitude or journaling guide that is 3 pages. You can just download it for free and kind of read a little bit about what this is about. Okay. Now these cards are just prompts, so it doesn't matter which one I get. Let's do this one. What is something you take for granted? Ooh, that's a good prompt because there's so many things we take for granted. For example, I take for granted when I have good Wi-Fi connection at the studio, and sometimes I don't get good connection. So that's kind of one of those things. So I'm going to bring this up a little bit. All these cards feature my artwork, so if you were wondering, okay, I'm going to set it up over here so I can still see it. It's hard to, maybe here. Okay, so my plan is to start with the background, and if you've seen my book before, it's an accordion style. It just keeps opening. I love it. Read it. So that was the other day, and now this is a new one. And what I think I will do, I'll just open some of my pages. Oh, hold on. Here, I'll just, can I pull it? No, I cannot because I'm over the middle. All right, so I'll pull what I can so that I can get that flat. Here we are. These puppies can just sit here. All right, so what I forgot is to grab my clip. And just split my pages so that they are sitting as flat as they can be. Here and here. There. And on this side, I'm going to do the same thing. Just flip it to the cover so nothing's moving around. All right. And I wanted to use a vintage page for my background. So I was thinking I was going to use something from here. So let's go see what I can find. This really, oh, I like this one. And that one too. It's really, I'll just do that. If I don't want a lot of color, I do not want a lot of anything. This way or this way? Which way should I? Yeah, I'll just do it this way. Okay, this works. I just want a very easy background to work with today. So I'm just gonna fold. Woo! Great. Note to self: vintage magazines tear way too easy. Look at that. It just fell apart. This whole page just fell apart. Okay. I really like this image. Maybe I should save it. I'm gonna save it. It's interesting how this, I don't know what you call a shawl called head cover for winter, became popular again. I mean, this one is attached to the sweater, so that's kind of funny too. But, you know. Okay, so I have my brush, a little bit of water on my brush, and I'm just gonna squeeze directly onto my page. Just squeeze some of this matte medium. Matte medium. I buy this from Walmart, and it's like $5 for this whole tube, so it's really not too bad. I need a paper towel. Here. I need a paper towel to clean my brush. Okay. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. Super easy. Just spread it over my page, and I'm gonna try and make kind of an even layer if I can. Just do my best And whatever extras I have, I'm gonna wipe them off on the top of this magazine paper that I'm gonna put in here. To help it, help seal it. Okay. All right. So I have nice coat, and now I'm putting this right. You know what? I'm gonna take it off a little bit. There. Okay. And now I'm using my brush to make sure it all sticks very well. If I put my fingers on it, I'm afraid the paper will rip. So I will just do it this way. All right. Kind of push the paper wrinkles and all of that good stuff. So we're going to take a minute to dry it. Okay. Wash. If you're using a brush, a paintbrush for your matte medium, please wash it before moving to the next step. Sometimes people forget to wash that off, and then they end up with a stiff brush covered in plastic residue. And if that happened, don't throw your brush away. Go to any pharmacy or wherever, get yourself at least 90% alcohol, rubbing alcohol or whatever it's called, put it in a jar, and then put your brush in there and let it sit for 24 hours, and then rinse it with soap. And your brush should be as good as new, but you really need to let it sit, okay? So I'm going to run my blow dryer super quick. Okay, forgive the noise. And here we go, on low. Make sure it's on low. All right. Now remember, we're talking about um, what is something we take for granted. Yeah. And to me, recently, like it's coming to me that at my younger age, I took friendships for granted. they were easier to create, right? Um, and friendships were just easier. They were more organic. You didn't need to be like super intentional to make friends. It was just what it was. So I'm using right now white acrylic paint, and I'm literally just painting all over this. And you're probably saying, why did I why did I even think so hard about what I was gonna put on here, right? But I think it all is part of the magic. Like this image made me think about friendships, also made me think about my mother and all of that, and how I take her for granted because she was given to me, or I was given to her. So it is important to remember that just because I have something in my life doesn't mean that it's going to stay there forever. So being grateful for it is part of understanding, right, what's going to happen, what life is like, and all of that. Oh my goodness, I am loving this. This is going to dry a little bit lighter. Don't forget to clean out your brush. Okay. Clean your brush very well. That's why I'm always, yeah, because we don't want that brush to die. Always clean your brushes. Okay, got it. Now let's dry this layer. Oh, I do low temperature and then high speed. All right. What am I going to do with this? I am really loving this. It's kind of big to just cut it out. And then it's so glossy. I don't know what to do with that. Let's think a second about this one. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna think about it a little bit longer, and while I am thinking about it, I'm gonna grab some of my oil pastels. Oh, I love this color. This is like a melody. Oh, it says pale green on it. Luckily, I still have the wrapper on. So this. So let's add a little bit of color. Super white. That's what I want. Super white color. Let me take this wrapper off. Hello. There we go. And goes here. Green. Why? Just feels good. Feels right. Okay. So as you know it, I often do things just because it feels right. Okay. So let's try and do some of this now. Yep. And I want to rub it in. Don't want to use my fingers, so I'm going to grab a piece of my paper towel. Just a little bit of the rub. Okay. So next step is what feels right. Yeah, just what feels right. And as we're thinking about it, also let's keep thinking about what we take for granted. What are the things that we take for granted? If you have an answer, if you're thinking something in your head right now and you feel comfortable enough to put it in the comments, please do. I know I do not want to start with this because you cannot draw anything on top of this. So let's put them back for now. If you know what I'm gonna grab, I'm gonna grab my coloration. I'm gonna go with light blue, dark blue. I'll grab a purple, maybe a couple of greens, and I'm gonna start up with that. Okay, I think I'm being attracted to some like floral something. I keep working on the background, added layering, right? So let's see. Let's maybe start with that. I just want to draw it, and you can draw this. Like, be careful because this is a little bit damp still, but do not like push your pencil in too hard. But this is like the easiest floral designs you can do. Really. And I think the pencil kind of adds more to this. Like it's not so, oh, see, I'm pulling this paper. So I'm going to push it back in and call it texture. For real. Right? Gotta do what you gotta do. Okay. What else do we take for granted? So many things. Let's keep thinking about it. I'm having a like I'm thinking, okay, what else? What else, right? There's really a lot of things, but it's a matter of naming them, giving them a name. Hmm. Sometimes I take my free time for granted. It's supposed to be there. And yes, everybody's supposed to have free time for themselves and do things that they enjoy, right? But sometimes it's just interesting how we could having that time and not realizing that some work went into being able to have that free time, right? Okay, so this is more like a lavender purple. Love it. It's not, it's very pastel, very pale. Like, I like this. I really like this. So I think if you can go back and gently add a little bit more to your color, or maybe make sure that your background is fully dry. Like mine is not fully dry. So I'm gonna add one more leaf here because it's just asking for it since I'm adding it, since I've been kind of following some sort of a pattern that just showed up. Okay, I should be saying that that's probably a branch with leaves. It's small. Oh, okay, another one. Another one came out. Okay, that's true. We like that's true. Oh, I'm picking up a lot with this. I think I'm gonna need to dry this a little bit better after I'm done doing the pencil here. Oops, there's another one. Oh, I kind of like what happens here when I pick the paper, so I'm just gonna do a couple more spots. Ooh, look at that. I really like that. I'm gonna bring this up higher to the camera. See what it did? Sorry, the camera casts a shadow. Okay, all right. Let's see. I think I'm gonna run the blow dryer again. I think that helped, and it just occurred to me that I actually can flip my prompt right here to the side, and then it's not flying away. How cool is that? Okay, this is drier. Let's see, maybe I could use a little bit more purple color right here. Bring this out a little bit. So for this right now, if you're wondering, oh, and it broke. Great. So if you're wondering what pencils I'm using, I'm just using basic Crayola, which are decent. And I'm using Stadler, I think it's called. I just had a couple of sets I got for my kids. When they were, hold on, I need to wipe off. I somehow dropped my pencil. And so the Stabler or whatever, these were from my kids' sets, coloring sets that they stopped using as they grew up. Oops. And then Crayola is just my regular studio set that they have here. Now I see these that I'm gonna need to sharpen them because they broke. Yay, right? Great timing. So let me have a second, okay? I'll just try and sharpen my pencil since I'm kind of committed to that color already. And my pencil sharpener. Okay. I am coming back. I am coming back. Oops. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I was trying to use this darker purple, right? That's what I was trying to do. To get a little bit more so that we can see. And as you see, like I'm just using very sketchy lines, not you know, don't overthink it. Just put them in there. There. Okay. Go back to the blue one. Really? Oh, I don't think I used this blue. I don't think so. Well, yes, I am using it now. That's what I did. I like it. So it still picks up a little bit of damp paper. It's okay. Okay, let's see. How does this look? Better. I like that better. Okay, a little bit more color on this. I want them a little bit brighter. Why? I don't know. Oop, picking up more, writing more layers. That's okay. So the way I work in my art journal, and if you guys saw a few videos of mine, you'll know this. I just do what feels right. Okay. I pull out some supplies and just do what feels right and what feels good. Okay. So what feels right now is to add the green pencil on top of this. I don't know why. Let's see. I like that double color. And it keeps picking more paper. Okay. Just a little bit of color. So good. Okay, I think I like this now. I like this much better. Maybe just a little bit more of the same color on these leaves to bring them up a little. They are super pale. Yeah, okay. The background is coming together. What is something you take for granted? We are still on that. What is it something you take for granted? Okay. I'm gonna look through the text. Maybe. Oh boy, that's so busy. I'm sure it's fun to color. Oh, it's so cute, isn't it? Oh, little houses. I don't even know what this is. World. I don't know. This all seems to be super busy. What I'm doing here. Oh, I like how this is done. Super cute. Okay. Whoa. Whoa, owl. Male with flower. Oh, I like these flowers over here. That's cute. Let's see. Should I grab them? Well, I'm gonna want more than one though. I think I'll just draw that like after I go through this book. Okay, so I really like these flowers, so I'm gonna use that as inspiration, and I really like what the leaves over here around the giraffe. I think these are pretty cool too. So let's see what to use to make this happen, right? It's always the matter of supplies and what we can use. So what we have here is an acrylic background and a coloring pencil, right? So on top of this pencil, we can use a Sharpie, an acrylic paint pen if you have one. You can use a Posca pen. So any of those three. And if you want to go like bolder, not super thin lines, you could even use like a black oil pastel and make things super bold, but it will be bold. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to probably, I'll just grab my couple of Sharpies. I think it will be, Sharpies are easier to get, right? Easier to find. So let me bring my full box. And just like a reminder that I am in my studio where I teach classes, okay? This is why I have a full box of a lot of Sharpies. Not big, okay, so it's not something that I normally would have at my desk for my personal use, okay? So like all you need is a permanent fine point and ultra fine point. I believe this is plenty. And sometimes I really like to use, this is not a Sharpie, but it has a chisel point. You can see it. Doesn't help that shading. Yeah. So that is also useful. But like these three should be plenty to do what you want to do. Okay, so let's add some Sharpie over here. I'm just going to go and add a curvy line going all the way down. And then I'm going to take some lines down. Maybe 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then an upside down U for each of the line. They don't have to be perfect size. They might overlap a little bit. Okay. And then on the bottom, you're going to open up and close. Again, they don't need to be perfect. Just draw. Okay. Now this one overlaps, and I really like how that happened. Maybe go this way, like that. And then we're going to add a leaf going all the way up. Okay, Lily of the Valley. I think that's what they inspired, what the inspiration is. And now I'm just going to add, oops, looks like I picked up some paint onto the Sharpie. So I'm just going to wipe it off. And keep going. And then just add some doodles, whatever you like on your flowers, whatever makes you happy. And make them the same or make them different. Just whatever works. I like to have like a repeating element in my flowers. And just do it several times. Like you see how I did once or one kind of not a circle, like a curvy line, and then I went and did like a daisy. I call it a daisy, and then a round fringe and around, and then down lines. And then I reused this line here, right? And then I did double with dots and double, and then I reused kind of that. And then here I'm reusing the flowers, but I have 2 lines over here. So it's all mix and match. It doesn't matter. You might want to put your dots in the beginning, maybe big, couple of big ones here and there, make them connect, line. Doesn't need to be, and then maybe the last one would be the first one. Do what works for you, do what feels good. Okay? And so then we can go back, maybe color in some lines to make them thicker, to bring some contrast to the flowers. Yeah. Something like that with that same Sharpie. You don't even need anything else with this. And like for this one, since this one is white flowers, so just color in the petals here. And maybe this part here. And just leave it like that. What can I do here? Let's see. Maybe make this line bigger. And then color in here. And then maybe for this one, we'll still do the same thing. We'll do the same white flower. Okay, and then we can go back to the flowers and pull out. I just love those things. What are they called? Stamens? I don't know. But I think they look super cute. Each flower gets 3. We can make them a little bit curvy, maybe, to add a little bit of interest to them. And then we can go into the leaf and just add some color, add a little bit of the middle line, like make that leaf look like that's, so that it has a little bit more body to it. Yeah, I think this looks good. Okay, so what is something you take for granted? Plants. Here we are. We take plants for granted. Bees. I don't know. Farmers. For real. Like, I'm not being cheeky here. For real. So I'm switching to my fine tip Sharpie. And I'm going to add more leaves inspired by that giraffe picture. So I'll just do the same shape of the leaf. So to avoid looking like your piece looking too busy, use the same elements. Repeat them. Go and repeat them. So this is kind of the same kind of a plant, right? Same kind of a leaf, except for I'm adding inside veining for it, to it. It's the same leaf. And so even though it looks a little bit different, it will still not, it's not overwhelming to this whole piece, okay? So here's another. Yeah, and the other difference is that the side leaves are not connected together. Like here it's symmetrical kind of connection. And here I am doing a, what's it called? Checker kind of pattern. Checkerboard pattern. I don't know. Again, do what feels good and right. Use what you have. Oh, I like that. Okay. Now, what is something you take for granted? So let's write that down if you want to. You know, I like to do that sometimes. This is like perfect spot right here. I hope it's dry enough and it will take it. What is something I, yeah, see that's the pastel over here. What is something? Let me wipe it off. What is something on come back marker? Take for granted. And I should say things that come to me naturally. And let me see. That's what I took out of all of this. So for me, note to self is to pay attention to what things come to me naturally and easy, and start to express gratitude for those things because I really like them. I love it when things come to me easily and naturally. Now that I have kind of finished this, I would like to add a darker border around this whole piece, and I have this beautiful, it says Earl Grey. It's the darker option that I have for gray in this, and I do not want to go black. So let's go. I've had a try. I think this is exactly what I want. This is the color. Just add a frame. I like framing. I like to have something like this going around. And I feel like I could use a little bit of color on my leaves. So I'm just gonna put some of this on. Just super gently, not a lot. I think it could use it. Yep, looks much better now. See, do I have anything purple? This would work. And it doesn't cover my writing, just a little bit. So it makes my writing look a little bit more worn. I think that's fun. Let's see. Oh, light. That's pretty. Just, and as you notice, I'm not coloring the leaf of the lily. I'm just coloring the background leaves as I can reach them. Okay. I think I'm out of options here. Let's see. Do I have a light something in my oil pastels like light purple? I don't think so. I think I just have a like a darker, more intense version. Nothing lavender. No. Maybe in this box. Maybe I should get a new box of pastels, but I have all the colors. No. I really wanted purple. Okay, well, since I do not have that, I'm just gonna use the pencil that I used. And I try and mimic the same approach I did. Just kind of literally scratching on the color. Don't overthink it. Okay, I kind of like this. I think this looks good. Okay, so what I'm missing here, something small. I want a few small elements here and there. And if you know me, you know I love swirl. Swirl is my thing. Let's see. What can I use for my swirls? I think I can use green sharpie or teal sharpie. I think this would be good. Do you have somewhere that I can test it on? Oh, yes. Like this page is a learning page. Yes, that's a good color. So I'm just going to go in and find empty spot. I think these could go. You can add uh, whatever it is that you love. Like some people prefer stars. Some people do hashtag, like that sign, just to fill up space. Some people add squares or triangles or dots or wavy lines. There's so many options. There's no right or wrong with this. You can do whatever you like. This is your journal. Whatever makes you feel good, do it. Okay? And as I'm talking about it, I'm like, ooh, it's the lines, and now I want them. So I just sometimes like to add something like this. And they don't need to be big. Just fill up space. Just kind of step back a little bit, see where you have room to fill up, to fill it in. If you want to, again, if that doesn't feel right, then don't do it. Do what feels right. It's your page. Okay. What are we thinking about this? What do we think about this? Let's move on the side, bring this up the best I can. I think I like this page. I think it came out good. So, yes. So this is my next page. Yes, again, a reminder to subscribe, please. Excuse me. If you are enjoying this, do not forget that starting August 17, I will be going live, and these are going to be happening live. So I would love for you to join me, and I will see you next time. Bye.